What we are not told. They say history is a house, but ours has no floorboards, only the echo of feet that tried to stay, tried to make a memory out of missing wood. They say knowledge is a light, but ours flickers, shaking like a candle in the mouth of a cave, everything dim, everything distant. Everything known only by the shadows it casts. There is a 400-year deficit in the hallways of our naming, a chasm carved by curriculum, a silence stitched into school books, a continent of absence, a lifetime of lessons never offered, no origin story, only the outline where the origin should have been. And so we grow up guessing, grasping, laughing and gasping at the same time, joking to mask the choking on the dust of the things we were never taught to breathe. Because they told us African ways of knowing were almost entirely ignored. As if a worldview can be muted, as if wisdom can be wiped clean, as if people can forget their own pulse just because a colonizer closes his eyes. They crafted ignorance like art, painted us as shadow, called our minds dimmed, decreed our brains uneducable, as if brilliance wasn't burning in our bones before their boats ever broke the horizon. So we learned to read the world in the language of the unknown. We learned to listen for meaning in the spaces between things, between breaths, between glances, between what was said and what was swallowed. Brother taught me that Michael's searching for Francis in memory's maze, following a trail of half-truths, partial pictures, notes left in margins by a boy who never got to finish writing himself. He is a historian with holes in his hands, trying to hold a brother made of smoke, trying to remember right in a world that never gave him the whole story. A life lived between knowing and not knowing, between speaking and silence, between what the community witnessed and what the country refused to see. And Samuel Tyne reminds me that forgetting is a family heirloom. Astor is built on buried footsteps, a frontier of erasure, a field where stories go to starve, the Franks too pale to be innocent, the Tynes too dark to be understood, a town so committed to unknowing that it misreads even the fire lit in the dark. Samuel tries to rewrite himself, reconfigure, then disintegrate, becoming a man with two bodies, two shadows, two stories he can never make align. The twins breathe in that fracture, their minds made mirrors reflecting a world that refuses to see them straight, because the unknown is not empty, it is heavy, dense, deep as a well you keep drawing from, hoping one day the rope finds bottom. It is weight of a name unspoken, a question unanswered, a memory misfiled, a voice that vanishes the moment you reach to hold it. Barthes said, writing erases the writer, writing dissolves the origin, and I wonder if I speak from this place of erasure, am I still whole? Or do my words wander without a body, seeking the one truth I was never taught to claim? But even in the unknowing, our people kept proof. Not in textbooks, they never held space for us. Not in census forms, they never counted right. Not in state archives, they only archive what they can stomach. But in photographs, held close, held tight, held for generations, because long-standing Black communities in Canada collected and preserved photographs to combat institutionalized modes of erasure. Images like lifelines, evidence of existence, light caught on faces the nation refused to remember. The archive remembers what the country forgets. The photograph keeps what the official record erases. And so here I stand, a product of the unknown, a daughter of the withheld, a witness to the weights my ancestors carried in the dark of their unrecorded days. I am the child of memories, missing pages, raised on the residue of stories that never made it into print, raised on rumor, raised on rhythm, raised on the aching truth that sometimes the only thing you inherit is a silence you must learn to survive. But here in this breath, this body, this voice, I build my own counter archive. I speak so the unknown becomes known. I remember so the forgotten becomes found. I reach into the dark and pull back something like light, because if they will not give us history, we will become it. If they will not teach us truth, we will tell it. If they will not name our origin, we will write ourselves into the record. And so, for every memory mislaid, every truth untaught, every silence swallowed, I say this: let the unknown become the unhidden. Let the withheld become the whispered. Let the erase become the endured. And let every story they refuse to archive find a voice in mine.